Hi, everybody. This is Carrie Hamblen, the CEO and president of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce, coming to you again with another one of our Zoom chats because they're super popular. And today we have Sylvia Washington, who is the brand new president and CEO of Tresco Incorporated. Sylvia, how lovely to see you and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so
Who,
much.
who runs the world? Girls.
Girls.
That's right. That's right. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Good. So you've got a long history with Tresco. You began your career as a family services coordinator with the TOTS department, and then you moved your way up within the company. You were chief operating officer in 2018, and now the organization has you as the CEO and president, which, when you've got competent people who are within the organization and you've got that institutional history, it is smart to promote from within. So kudos to the board. Um,
Yeah.
how have you seen the organization evolve over the last several years since you started?
I've seen lots. So I started in children's services, like you mentioned, and with that, we really saw a lot of transition in my early years of being the director there. Um, a big transition was moving away from, very group settings and like being together and being more inclusive and being more natural environment. And so everything moved into, it needed to be in the children's home or wherever they spent most of their day. And so that was a huge shift. When I started in 2006, that was the big push and shift. And a lot of people struggled with that because they had gotten so accustomed to the children came to our facility and they got bussed in and they got bussed home. And that really wasn't meeting the needs of early intervention. And the whole definition of intervention is what's going to happen in between the time that we spend with the families. And so that was huge. As far as the rest of Tresco and all of the services that we've done, we've expanded hugely in our contracts. I mean, we were very small. We really just had, I'd say, like 5 strong contracts, and we're now, how many contracts do we have? Over 50 contracts. Sorry, I have Stacy over here to the side.
Yeah, she actually does have somebody there in her office. How are you doing today?
I'm like, yeah. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, so we have over 50 contracts, so that's huge. And all over the state of New Mexico, which is huge. And we were just really in our little niche. And then as far as, we did provide adult services to individuals with disabilities. And, we transitioned out of that in the last year, and we aren't providing as much of that. We've really transitioned our expertise into employing people with disabilities, and so that's kind of the big transition that we did. So those are kind of the evolvements that I have seen over my years here.
Well, and that's pretty monumental, on its own. And during the pandemic, we talked with your predecessor about this as well. But there were things that especially organizations like yours, that was really instrumental in face-to-face communication. How did you see the staff and the clients adapt to the safety protocols in the work environment? Because especially when you're dealing with somebody who has different needs and different ways of processing, you want to make sure that you're like meeting them where they are so that there's an understanding, but also that there's safety.
Yes. Well, I think what made us successful is we as leadership understood that we were essential, and then we helped all of our staff that needed to do the jobs understand that they were essential. Like 24-hour services, you can't just tell somebody I'm not going to show up to take care of you. A rest area that we're supposed to be taking care of on the weekends, we can't just say we're not going to do that anymore. A facility that says we had a COVID outbreak and we need disinfection, we can't just say, oh, we're not going to be able to do that. I mean, so we really had to come to those terms to say, we know we're essential. We know the work that we're doing is essential. We know we're going to have to take those extra measures to be safe for ourselves and take care of ourselves because we still have a job to do. And we were just very, very lucky and very, I mean, I still can't believe that our staff did it. I mean, we had close calls, like everybody did. We had COVID outbreaks. We had people having to go home and quarantine. But I mean, they came back and they kept doing the work. And I mean, we were very, very grateful because there was no way we could have done it. But we did
Yeah.
really, we live by that. We're essential. And so we've got to figure out a way to do it. And that's really where the focus was for us.
Well, and then you throw in, you've got clients who are very much dependent on routine and predictability, right? And so, when you also have to factor that in, because then you start looking at somebody's emotional and physical state and whatever anxiety that may throw up when that routine gets altered.
Yes.
And
I think even we felt that way. I mean,
oh
even
yeah,
for us as staff, I know I was like, when everything was shut down, it was almost a relief to say, I at least know I can go to the office because there is nothing to do. But at least I know I'm making a difference. I'm making an impact. I'm going to the office. I'm helping our staff help the individuals that we serve and the places that we have to clean and keep safe. And so, I mean, I think we all felt that having that routine helped all of us through the pandemic.
Yeah. And some of us are still trying to find that routine again or adapt to a new routine.
Yes. And we had to do a lot of that. I will say, we had to jump into technology. We had to jump into being comfortable with Zooms and Teams and, saying that we're not going to be able to see each other face to face, but we can still hold a meeting. We can still hold training. We can still do what we need to do to communicate with each other, but we're not going to be able to be all in the same, office or building or conference room. And that was huge. And we made great strides.
That's where I think, you see the strength in organizations and businesses is their ability to be flexible and adapt, because if you can't, then it's going to be such a hard transition.
Yes.
So with new leadership, sometimes there's new visions. And so what do you think are, what are some of your goals as you move forward with Tresco into the new year? I mean, I'm sure there are things that, somebody who's worked inside that you're like, okay, this is what we've been able to do. This is what I think we can also do. So what do you see are some of those that low-hanging fruit that you're like, we've got this?
Well, I mean, definitely one thing that we want to take the opportunity to celebrate with our community is we're getting ready to turn 55 years old. And so we are so excited for 2023 because that's going to be, a lot of our focus out in the community is celebrating that we've been in business and providing services and supports for 55 years. And we want to be here for another 55 years. And so really trying to showcase a lot of our families that went through our program when their children were under the age of 3, and our people that work with us that have been here 20 plus years. Like, we want to really showcase that because that's huge and it's monumental, and especially the work that we do. So I know that's one of our big focuses. Another one is for me, I really want to be impactful in the community. I mean, I loved what you were mentioning about the green drinks and the different opportunities to engage and connect with community members, because I want to make sure that people know who is the person in charge of Tresco and who they can come to talk to for an opportunity or something for us to collaborate on, or, something that we're missing. And I'm really excited for that throughout the entire state of New Mexico, because of course we serve throughout the entire state. And then our children's services has a great opportunity of possibly getting into some Medicaid home visiting services in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. And so that's really exciting too. So those are really the things that are on the forefront for 2023 for us.
You got a full plate, lady.
I do.
You do. That's amazing though. And I can't wait, because we're already talking about you hosting the green drinks, and I can't wait to see you out, out in public at some of our events. And when we get to be able to, and we're all starting to get out there. And be able to feel a little bit more comfortable, but we still need to be diligent because people are still getting sick, and we don't want those who are compromised and immunocompromised to be affected by that. So Sylvia, I'm so excited about what you're going to be doing, and I can't wait to work with you on some stuff, because I have a feeling you get stuff done, girl.
Thank you. Thank
you. Well, it's lovely talking with you. If you're a member of the Green Chamber and would like to do one of these really easy Zoom chats, contact me here on our Facebook page. If you'd like to know more about Tresco, their information is either above or below, all depending on how you're looking at this. And Sylvia, we will see you soon. Have a fabulous week. And thanks again for taking the time to talk with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.